Hello, welcome back to another pick a card love reading. I've got the three groups here, so you can choose pile 1 on the left, middle one is 2, and 3 is on the right. The timestamps will be in the description box below, along with the cards that I've used for this reading, and a link to my Facebook page. If you'd like a personal reading, you can message me on there. So I hope you enjoy your reading. Hi everyone, welcome to your reading if you chose group number 1, and I will as always jump straight in with the masculine's headspace, work through his energy, then go the feminine, and then there's some oracle cards at the end. And yeah, don't get hung up in the gender, you choose what side you fit into, but starting with the masculine's headspace, it is a tumultuous month, astrologically speaking, with a lot of retrogrades, and we've seen in the last couple of weeks' readings, there's been bumpy roads, and so I expect that to play out some more in a lot of these readings. But the masculine's energy here is not giving up. Troubled, but not giving up. We've got the Knight of Cups, the Four of Wands, and the Lovers, and it's just also I just want to show you the heart space at the same time, perhaps, because it just really speaks all in one. 10 of Swords, and the King and Queen of Pentacles facing each other perfectly like this. And it's like the King's back is to the 10 of Swords. Yeah, there may have been an ending here, or you guys are at this point where it's a turning point, right? And do we go forward? And the masculine here is like, I've never known a lover like this. She is my absolute queen perfect match. And that is what keeps him. There's so much, I feel like there's a lot of synchronicities that's played out in this connection. We've got the Four of Wands, so it could be talking about a twin flame, deep soul, heart awakening type connection. Something that really makes you know who you are. But the Knight of Cups here, there is this passion and love coming from the masculine, and this desire to connect in that way. I just keep hearing, I've never known a lover like you. I feel a little like worked up about it. Like I feel panicky as well. Like the masculine with the heart space here, with the 10 of Swords, and then the masculine wants to work together, and he believes in this connection. He believes that this isn't the end. With the 10 of Swords, there may be some behaviors that need to end with the 10 of Swords as well, and the masculine needs to perhaps step up into a more balanced position in the way he behaves within the connection, perhaps be a bit more grounded in the connection if this is the masculine's energy by himself. And so viewing the feminine as the Page of Swords, 8 of Cups, and 5 of Swords, conflicted and ready to walk away from this connection. There's the feminine, I feel, is not really trusting at this time that this connection will. It feels like it's been very volatile, and that could just be energetically, or just the planets, right? So the feminine here is, I feel, a little bit on guard too with the Page of Swords, and sort of watching the masculine's moves and sort of wanting the masculine to show if things are going to improve, then show me sort of energy. Otherwise, I'm walking away from this. I don't need this. It feels like a heavy battle that just doesn't stop for some reason. Something perhaps is not being addressed properly, and so there may be a tendency in the past in this connection to just smooth things over. And but anyway, so the desire moving forward for the masculine is he wants to hold on tightly with this Four of Pentacles. Absolutely, he wants to hold this connection tightly, and we've got the very clear intuitive cards here with the Ace of Swords and the High Priestess. The masculine wants the feminine to remember this connection and the depth of this connection, and to speak her truth, and to get the chance to both speak, perhaps with the Ace of Swords, getting a chance to speak together and clear some things up. There's been a lot of I feel intuition messages coming through on both parts here that is pulling pulling you in certain directions, or like, because there's some sort of karmic turn within this connection at this point, and both of you are connecting and hearing guidance of which way to go. And there's a reluctance to let go of this connection if that is something that's being brought to light. Like there's clearly an assessment going on here. So in the most likely action for the masculine, we have the 7 of Cups, the 9 of Swords, and the Magician. So yeah, not feeling like feeling a little bit unsure of how to move forward, but the masculine's not going to give up. He feels he's got what it takes. He's going to try here, but there is a lot of fear of rejection and fear that he doesn't know the way. With the 7 of Cups, I feel like it's a bit of uncertainty of which way to go and how to bring this out of the place it's in and back into a powerful place. The masculine does not want to give up here, but I feel like there is still masculine needs answers. He wants some answers from the feminine here about something that bothers. There's something that bothers the masculine. There's something that hasn't been cleared up. The masculine needs answers here. He feels the feminine has those answers. However that applies. So the oracle cards, we have Mending. And I think this is the same as one last week. You may have picked that group 2, or maybe it was group 2. I don't know. Mending. So yeah, talking about coming together and healing and finding a place of finding where forgiveness is needed within a connection. And that, again, might be that. See, I'm putting that down on the Ace of Swords. Somebody needs to apologize. Somebody needs to clear something up, and there's a truth that needs to be spoken, perhaps. We have Strengthening Bonds. I believe... I'm not sure which... I'm still learning this one. Is it Ace of Cups? Strengthening Bonds. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. And so, yeah, the masculine is absolutely wanting to offer up that pentacle and have a new beginning and end this cycle of hardship and move forward and mend, strengthening bonds and mending. Seek, wait, no. No, that's not yours. That was the feminines, never mind. Strengthening bonds, mending. Maybe Seek as well, actually. I did hold it up, and Seek is equivalent to the Hermit, so a lot of soul-searching, going within, taking time out. This connection may be on pause at the moment. But I'll put that back over with the feminine. And, oh, there we go. We have the feminine's Dove here, the Shekinah. You may not always understand, actually. No, that was the feminines as well. Oh my God, what is going on here? I've mixed the cards up. So, Void, that is the masculine. I'm sorry, group 1. Void. I hope you're laughing. And Void is all about that place that before a new cycle where everything's sort of up in the air before the dust settles, or things are still and you're not sure how to move forward, and there is a bit of anxiety because things are so still, or like it feels very make or break, this Void card. And then we have playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. So that was the masculine's cards. Definitely. I'll move them right over. Okay. We won't get that confused again. Okay. Feminine's oracles are here. G'day. G'day. All right. So, feminine's headspace. We have the 2 of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Sun, and this is that karmic turn. The feminine feels like she has a decision to make, and she has the pros and cons to weigh up at this point. That's what I really feel with this 2 of Pentacles. It's a weighing up of the pros and cons in this connection. Is this going to bring me happiness? Is the sun going to finally, I feel, break, like this finally, when will clouds break apart and let the sun shine in on this connection and move it into a more healthy place? The feminine, it doesn't want to give up either, I feel, with this energy, but it is at a point where something has to give, something has to shift. So in the heart space, we have the Empress, the Ace of Wands, and the World card. And with the Empress, the way it's set on the table, masculine's cards were over here. So I do feel like this is the feminine sort of choosing self-love at this time, and her heart is at least telling her to choose self-love and choose nurturing, choose gentleness, choose softening, over getting caught up in perhaps any of the emotional games that may be being played in this connection during times of turbulence. There is work to be done for the feminine. The feminine, we've got the wheel, we've got the world. There's a cycle is ending here, and a new cycle is beginning, and there needs to be more focus on the feminine's path that has nothing to do with perhaps this relationship, but everything to do with her journey, her message, her craft, her art, her healing, what it is that she brings to this world. And there may be a need to just focus on self a bit more. There is a guardedness and a tiredness as well, and it's sort of there's a juggling going on here. Something needs to give, I feel. So viewing the masculine as the Tower, the Five of Wands, and the Ace of Pentacles. And so, Tower and Five of Wands, really feeling like the foundation of this connection. The masculine is concerned that this is over. He doesn't want to give up, but he's concerned that this is blown up, and he's perhaps blown up with it. And there's been some words fired here with the Five of Wands. There's been perhaps some pretty heated moments, conflict and disagreements here. I'm looking at the clock and seeing 11:11 on this recording's time. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. So the masculine wants this new beginning, and the feminine's aware of it. He wants to nurture this connection together. He does. The feminine knows that the masculine loves her. It's just a very, I'm getting volcanic imagery, very eruptive, perhaps week, and this, there are some pretty choppy aspects this week coming up. So desire moving forward with the connection. The feminine wants to nurture this connection and see it move through these deep darker emotional places that are, there needs to be more cooperation and teamwork and understanding. Perhaps that's what the feminine wants for this connection. More holding space for emotions as they come up and working through them, rather than it becoming volatile and explosive. Needing to be more grounded with these pentacles here, grounding, so that things can be supportive for either side when insecurities are triggered or whatever's going on. The feminine's desire is for nurturing and teamwork, and to see this connection blossom. But at this time, she needs to focus on self, because most likely action here, we've got 10 of Wands, the King of Cups, and that 3 of Swords. So really feeling that there's no option but to focus on self at this time, because this is heavy. This may be mind games and emotional manipulation sort of energy with the 10 of Wands, King of Cups, 3 of Swords. It's really heartache and heavy energy. And there's just too much to carry. There's too much at this time. It just needs take bottom deck energy off, and I just want more here, because this is the feminine's most likely action at this point. And the Page of Cups, I'll fill out there, 10 of Pentacles, 6 of Swords. So yeah, there may be an apology that comes in here, but the feminine's really, it's under analysis, I gotta say, with the 10 of Pentacles and the 6 of Swords, Page of Cups here. So this could be like an apology coming in, but it doesn't. There needs to be more grounded, tangible, smooth sailing for this to be believable for the feminine, and for her to commit on a deeper level. That's what I'm feeling with that. Yeah, exactly. Bottom deck energy from that shuffle was the Hierophant, and that is that deeper level of commitment, and it can be a marriage type energy. But anyway, I kept the bottom deck energy from the previous shuffle as well. I'll go to the outcome, the Feminine's Oracles. So the one I spoiled already was Seek, and that is, really resonant with what I've spoken about here, about going within and choosing a bit of self-care at this time with that Hermit card. Under analysis, it is the Virgo energy of this reading. We've got Cancer, Libra, Gemini, a lot of Earth energy here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus again, yeah. A lot of that energy. So yeah, Seek, the Hermit for the feminine, and I feel the masculine as well because it did come up. There's that Shekinah, the feminine dove. And you may not always understand why certain things happen. However, there's always a higher purpose to the events in your life. Through turmoil, a blessing will soon be revealed. We have Yin from the Wisdom of the Oracle, and that is receptivity and self-love and gentleness and feminine energy. And we've got that Empress in the heart space and the Ace of Wands here, and the World card, like a new cycle for the feminine of self-care and focusing on what nurtures and honors her. And because once she can nurture and honor herself totally and have a healthy boundaries for certain situations, then the rest of the whole world benefits from that, because she can truly be of service as her best version of herself. And also with this with this Yin card, and Drop Into Your Heart was from the Journey of Love Oracle, and it's sort of very feminine, pink sort of energies, dropping into your heart, being receptive to perhaps letting the masculine show how he can mend this and strengthen these bonds. I guess if you're going to give him a chance, then allow him to show that, perhaps. Bottom deck energy was the Four of Swords, so more of that Hermit energy, self-care, healing, withdrawing from the situation. And the outcome cards were the Eight of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and Justice. So that's the feminine striking some boundaries here. I feel like a lot of words maybe flying previous to this. A lot of there is this desire for a communication on both parts, but there's also a desire to step back and process, because you can't. I feel like it's one of those. Oh, that's right. I saw a card here, and I thought, don't rush into it. Allow nature to take its course. I felt like that was. I saw that before, and I thought like that was belonging in this reading. So yeah, that's very much that, and feel like there's this urgency to find answers, to move this forward, to heal this, to get past this situation. But you need to give it time. I really do feel that both parties need space and time. So anyway, I'm going to leave that there, and good luck this week. And I hope that gave some sort of clarity or resonance for you. And I will speak to you next week. Bye. Hello and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 2, and I will jump straight into the masculine's headspace, and then we'll do some oracle cards at the end. So starting with the Five of Wands and the Three of Pentacles in the masculine's headspace. So we've got conflict and cooperation and the masculine is struggling with this in his mind space at the moment, how to come out of conflict and into more cooperative, calm, supportive energy. And it does tie in with the astrological events in the sky, being quite a tumultuous week and month, and also the last couple of readings have had their fair share of chaos and conflict. And so, yeah, the masculine's really wanting to work together here and put some of these worries to rest, some of these issues that just keep bubbling up. The masculine does not want to give up on this connection. The heart space, we have the Chariot and the Four of Wands, really wanting to move forward into a place of healing. And more joy, probably trying, I feel like the masculine perhaps is trying to push a little bit too much at this time, and maybe needs to just not and allow things to unfold naturally. But the masculine really has a very strong call to move forward here. and connect. We've got that Four of Wands card, which does talk about marriage and celebration and commitments. And so there may be a commitment that the masculine wants to uphold and continue, a plan perhaps. There is a lot of energy that talks about deeper commitment and marriage and so, things like that here. So the masculine truly wants to move forward with that, and yeah, put to rest any conflict. He's viewing the feminine as with the Two of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Emperor. So this connection could be at a distance. There could be a desire to come together and reunite or something. If I can see that energy there of wanting to move closer to each other. But viewing the feminine as juggling perhaps other responsibilities. There is this, it's almost like the feminine's offering the masculine in this reading a new beginning, a start with, has done in the past, and the masculine perhaps missed the mark. That may be the case here. Or there's something where the masculine he's focused on something else perhaps, and there may have been a missed opportunity or a false start in this connection earlier. You could also see the feminine wants more, wants a deeper level of commitment too, I feel, but or has done in the past, and it hasn't turned out that way perhaps. The desire moving forward for the masculine is Six of Wands and the Hierophant. So really wanting to bring this connection out into the open, if that applies. Let people know about this. This is making something public and perhaps announcing an engagement or a marriage or something like this, a deeper level of commitment. The masculine would like to see that for the connection, so he has hope that this will move forward together. He's quite fixated on it, I feel. Most likely action from the masculine, we have the Magician, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Devil. So yeah, the masculine is trying to control this situation and push it forward in the direction he wants it to go. And that may be slow, careful, practical planning with the Knight of Pentacles. But it is based in control or addiction, though, I do feel here, with the Magician and the Devil on either side of this planning, of this methodical planning, is manipulative kind of energy here. So, and most likely action from the masculine is to try and control this situation. The feminine's oracle cards. Okay, so we've got a split here with the oracle cards, I noticed. We've got chaos and conflict, and what would be the Emperor card, lead. And then we have surrender and becoming, becoming is from the journey of love, very much about surrendering to the process of something and trusting that if you give it time and allow it to become what it needs to become, it will. And surrender is, at times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will be okay. So there's this struggle for the masculine here between, like we've got in the headspace too, this cooperation and then conflict. We've got conflict and trying to control the situation, and then just surrendering it and allowing it to become what it may. And trusting that if it's right for you, it will be for you, and to just let it go completely and not try to control it. Because you've got this desired outcome to bring things public and to make them more committed. Okay, so I'll leave that there for the masculine. Now we'll jump over to the feminine's headspace. We have the Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords. Feeling a bit stuck here by the consistent conflict. It feels like it's been pretty volatile and bumpy lately, and the planets are supporting that. Got a lot of squares and oppositions, and digging for independence, and questioning our templates of love and what's healthy, and boundaries and self-care and direction. So many things we're reassessing right now. We've got a lot of retrogrades, and that's not going to let up. We've got Mercury joining the party soon too, so woohoo. So yeah, the feminine's headspace. We've got sword in the heart space too. Actually, we've got a lot of swords here. A lot of like kind of trying to free self from patterns of getting stuck in the drama of this connection. I feeling like wanting to be victorious over this. Because I feel like you're aware now, or maybe I'm talking to the feminine. The feminine's aware now that there is a pattern here of playing into these games or whatever is going on, and there's no need for that. Energy can be invested best elsewhere. Heart space, we have the King of Swords and the Seven of Pentacles. So the feminine's trying to be really logical and not get carried away by the emotional pull. So like I feel like her mental space is doing that enough. But I want to get more on that, but because I just feel like the feminine's sort of looking at where she's putting her energy and wanting to be more logical and not, yeah. Anything else want to come out? Is that it? Yeah. Page of Pentacles, and I feel like that's to do with the feminine's own life. There's her own creation there. Some sort of manifestation. It could be your work, it could be your mission, and that was actually the theme in group 1 too. Focusing more on self and what you're creating and what is actually going to bring you some fruit, like not nurturing connections that are taking too much from you, and just really assessing all of that. There's a lot of deep assessment I'm seeing in the readings today. Viewing the masculine here, if there is a distance between and there's a deep desire to come together here, I see 2 possibilities here. There's this desire for the masculine to take the lead in this connection and into a more healthy place. And perhaps there's some that may have not had the chance to do that yet, and there's others that have had that chance and it hasn't turned out how you thought it would. There'll be different. I feel like some of these are newer connections and some of them are quite long and full of history. So viewing the masculine as the Sun, the Four of Cups and the Ten of Cups. So yeah, feeling kind of at a loss here, because on either side of this, apathy type energy, feeling loss, feeling discouraged. I feel discouraged almost from this energy, and we've got this dream, this plan on either side here, the Sun. I also feel for those that are in separation, the feminine some feminines may be feeling like the masculine is off doing their own thing, and is almost appears to be quite happy in their own world, and feeling a little left out in the cold by that. Like, no, that may be resonating for some. I feel really confused on this side for some reason. On the feminine side, maybe the feminine is really confused. We'll see. But the feminine does, there's a lot of love there. The Ten of Cups and the Sun is there for how she views the masculine. It's like, this person could bring me so much joy, and she's aware of that. There's such a beautiful, deep side to this connection that has been so love-filled and so fun. But, yeah, at this time, it's not the case. So, desire moving forward for the connection, to come out of the cold and have this new cup of love, to see this wheel turn, to allow the planets and stars to align for you. I feel like there's a little bit of wanting to give this up to the universe to shift this for you. I'm just looked down and it's shifting universe. It's one of the oracle cards. You're wanting to just hand this up and wanting to trust, but there's like a little bit of doubt as well, I feel, from the feminine of can this work out? Will this work out? Like, can it possibly be healthy? Most likely action from the feminine, we've got a Ten of Pentacles, Three of Wands and the Fool. So really sitting with your intuition and self at this time before you make a decision. I don't feel like a decision's totally been made yet. It will be soon, perhaps. We've got this, higher commitment, Ten of Pentacles. And I feel this Three of Wands has sort of got it back to it and sort of just waiting for the new beginning now. It's like this hasn't worked out and it's sort of coming into this place of acceptance that maybe this isn't going to be the Ten of Pentacles you thought it would be. There is, yeah, that sort of energy there and waiting for others. Others it will be totally still wanting to commit to this connection. Like I can see that there's two layers here. And wanting the Ten of Pentacles and sort of waiting for the chance to have that new beginning because of a separation. There's that possibility, but yeah, there's two there. You will know who you are by your own heart. On the Oracle cards for the feminine, we have Shifting Universes, as I said. And that was very much about, I'll go to the book, I think. It was about shifting universes and allowing the universe to shift you. If you're thinking of changing jobs, houses, attitudes, or trying something new, especially if this is unusual, then the universe is supporting you. Now is time to accept what you did not expect. So yeah, totally surrendering to what is meant for you. We've got Just Breathe. Very much just breathe. Deep Knowing, which is about, I've actually got this for a bunch of readings the other day. Like everybody got Deep Knowing, and it's just trusting your intuition and sitting with your heart, like taking a step back, which is this card. It's so important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself. So yeah, if there is a change that's calling on your heart and you're not quite ready to make that decision yet, that's okay, but you can feel it calling on you. You have a deep knowing. The moon that we've just had in Aries may have been what's been shedding the light for you. It may be over the last few days that you've felt this coming in. So we got in the outcome cards, we've got Judgment, we've got the Ten of Swords, and we've got that moon. This is exactly what I keep saying it and then looking to the next cards and there's that message. It's so funny. Then yeah, a decision being made to perhaps cut ties here with the Ten of Swords. Brought in by the moon, the intuition is calling you, the heart space is calling you to make a decision here and end it. I'm going to leave it there. Okay, yeah, all right, have a great week. I hope that resonated and gave some sort of clarity and comfort or guidance, and I'll send you some love and see you next week. Bye. Hello, and welcome to your reading if you chose group number 3. And as always, I'll jump straight in with the masculine's energy. Don't get caught up in the gender or anything. It's just masculine and feminine. You can pick who's who for the reading, and I'll have some oracle cards at the end. So, starting in the masculine's headspace, and I've actually seen the theme in all 3 readings here. There's a little bit of similar energy, and it's quite supportive of the astrological events we've got. We've got a lot of oppositions and squares and tumultuous energy, and for this month and this week. But there's a lot of practical thinking energy too. So, especially with Venus in Virgo. We've got, could go through the signs here. We've got Leo, Taurus, Capricorn, heavily represented here. Libra, Sagittarius, Virgo, Aquarius. we got a few signs here. So, starting with the masculine's headspace. Oh, and Cancer with the Chariot. The masculine wants to control the situation and move it forward. He wants to make it work, like really badly. I feel like he wants to invest all his energy into this connection. There could be a cycle of sex pulling the connection back together. That may be the case here, and using sex to manipulate the connection. That could be happening here somewhat because there is so much attraction, physical attraction from the masculine to the feminine. And I feel it's been vice versa. But at this time, the feminine is sitting in more logical energy. The heart space for the masculine, we've got the Six of Wands and the Ace of Cups, really wanting to have a new beginning, have another shot at this. Because there's been some sort of something come up where it's almost like a make or break. I've seen that in the readings today, that it's quite a challenging time for relationships. and the last couple of weeks have been like that too. There's usually one quite positive reading out of the three, and over the last couple of weeks, there's positives sprinkled through each one, but nobody's cruising smooth sailing right now. So wanting to perhaps bring this out into the open as well. This could be wanting to announce the connection, if that hasn't happened, if that applies. But mostly, the masculine really wants a chance at this, because he's like, on every part of his being, I feel he feels pulled to the feminine. His heart space, he can't stop, like, his mind and the thoughts that he has about her too, and he doesn't want those thoughts, as perceived dark or naughty as they may be, to override the genuine love he feels as well. There is real genuine love there. The masculine's viewing the feminine in the moon energy and the Five of Cups, so really deep emotions at this time, perhaps being intuitively guided to take time out and rest, and feeling like the feminine feels like this isn't working for her. She's needing to take a step back here, and the masculine feels that keenly, and it makes him want to pull her in closer. He desire moving forward. He wants to work on this connection. There's so much attraction with this Queen of Wands here. This is Leo, Aries, and Saggy energy, but we've also got Virgo heavily here through this whole reading, and Venus is in Virgo. We've got Two of Cups as well. So the masculine wants to come together. He recognizes this connection as something like, I just keep hearing all bodies of existence just so connected, so drawn. It feels like this is it. The masculine really does believe that and feel that way, and he wants to work on this connection and come together and make it work. His most likely action, Ace of Wands and the Hierophant. He will try to breathe new life into this connection and show that he's committed and show up a bit, or at least to express to that, or to the feminine when she has a chance. I just want one more here, please, for most likely action from the masculine, because it's the masculine wants to move forward, but I'm just getting this feeling like he shouldn't be. Magician and the World. These two different. So the masculine is trying to, I feel, prevent the ending of the connection. He doesn't want it to end if that's the way he feels it's going, and he wants to do all that he can to keep this connection alive and together. Oracle cards, refusing to see. Two of Swords energy. So refusing to see this connection for where it's at, not maybe needing to take a step back so that he can see clearly, but just not too in it, too wanting to control it, and hasn't desired outcome and can't really see anything else outside of that. I feel we've got it's important. This one, it's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on another. Now is the time to give to yourself, for the masculine there. The breaking, and this card is all about allowing the universe to break you apart, to break your heart so that you can come back together, and be made again. The breaking, 65. I'll just go to the book and make sure that was right. I do know these cards quite well. So this oracle brings compassionate guidance that no matter what sadness or anger or despair or frustration you may feel, you are being pulled apart not by dark forces, but by the loving embrace of the divine, as it strips you of which would keep you from your divine realization. Let go and break. It is going to be the making of you. Absolutely. And then building blocks. And I felt with this card, building blocks for the masculine, it's where are you putting your focus? Where are you putting your building blocks? I feel like they need to be pulled back from this situation, even if this situation comes or goes, doesn't matter. Like, this is what matters, is focusing on yourself and building your own foundation, and looking at where you're putting effort that you shouldn't be for whatever reason, whether it's not right for you or Excuse me. Okay. So, the headspace for the feminine. We've got the Hanged Man and the Hermit. going within, being connected, really connecting to spirit, connecting to her guides, praying, yoga, dance, meditation, going in, feeling the way through, feeling what is right, by just like it feels like logic has no real place at the moment. It's got to be intuition that's guiding you through the next steps, and you're taking the time you need to get there. Now we have in the heart space the Queen of Swords, the Knight of Cups, and the Seven of Wands. So it could be that as I said at the very start of this reading, that if there is a sexual cycle that keeps pulling this connection back together, I feel, especially with that Knight of Cups there, it's staying logical in that offer and defending your heart and protecting your heart, instead of falling for those same cycles that may repeat. That may be the case for some. Others, there may be an option of another masculine for the feminine. That may be the case for some. I only like one person I feel like it was for, and so sitting with that and looking at the logic of that, like I feel like, yeah, one feminine out there is thinking of another masculine as well, and knows that one can't happen, that happy, whether that she knows that masculine or not, or feels his energy in her future, that healthy connection can't happen until this unhealthy cycle is over and the lessons are learned and the boundaries are drawn, and then stop repeating that cycle. You'll know who you are. I'll leave that. Viewing the masculine as the King of Cups and the Sun, optimistic and offering a cup of love here. The Ace of Cups is there. It is genuine love from the masculine, but there is also this energy of control. And yeah, I'm going to get another one over here for viewing the masculine. We've got he's being quite optimistic and quite, I feel, wanting to take the lead. Star, yeah, exactly. The masculine has a lot of hope. Seven of Swords on the bottom of the deck. He may be wearing a mask and not being totally honest about everything in the connection, but he has a lot of hope and wants to bring it back together. The masculine's not giving up, and that was the theme of all three readings as well, actually. Whether that's his better judgment or not. So most likely action. Desire for the connection from the feminine, the Empress. Do we have the Emperor here? No. The Empress and the Eight of Cups. Nurturing self, choosing to nurture self, and walk away from what doesn't serve with the Eight of Cups. Really choosing to go within and protect self, and choose a healthy life, healthy love, healthy respect for self, healthy boundaries. Connecting with spirit and just getting that guidance to take that step. But I feel like self-love and just withdrawal is most important. Page of Swords. Yeah, analysing the situation and really trying to take the wisdom from the situation. What have I learned here? Like really analysing the whole bigger picture of this situation without getting caught up in the emotion of it, but really looking at the logic of what this really is. Most likely action moving forward speaks to that energy here with the Four of Swords and the Temperance card, taking time out, resting, having patience for the situation to just unfold, being in a place of surrender. But also with the Four of Swords, swords are that mental realm, and Page of Swords, I do feel like it's analysing this bigger picture here and what you've learned from this situation and what you can take away from it. And there's this energy, especially in reading one, of weighing up this situation at this end. It's like weighing up if this is where you need to draw the line. And if you were to draw that line, and then what are you taking with you and what are you leaving behind? In the, that's right, Oracle cards, we've got the World card, Embrace, and that's the ending of a cycle and the beginning of a new one for the feminine. To embrace this ending, allow it to be. If it's leaving your life, let it go. The Mother prays very Empress energy here, which does talk about calling to your guides, praying to your guides and getting those answers, allowing those answers to come in. Especially in times of hardship, ask for help, it is there. If you pray, the help does come. Breathe. Taking time out for meditation and contemplation with the Hermit energy and Seven of Wands sort of really activated from within here, remembering your own power. Life is a series of constantly shifting cycles. When we resist change, we resist the natural flow of life. Go with the flow. Oh, and create unnecessary stress. Go with the flow and you will be surprised where it leads. Exactly what I just said. Just flow with it. Just let it go. Wherever you're meant to be is where you'll end up, and have faith in that's the best place for you. Now we have Judgment and the Fool card in the outcome, and also Six of Swords, Ten of Swords. So this is that calling, intuition calling for a brand new beginning, to take that leap, something you've not done before. Perhaps it's quite scary and you feel like there'll be a sense of loss if you were to let go. Perhaps you lose everything. Who knows? But it's calling to you. It's a choice that needs to be made, to leave something behind, to totally sever something. Something that doesn't serve, something that, and again, with what are you taking with you? I feel with this card, the Six of Swords, but this is about leaving emotional baggage behind and taking yourself into a smoother place through the choices you make, rather than acting on the template you've got, or the wounds we have and the stories we tell ourselves. It's just taking control of those choices you have. And I think I'll leave that there. Is that everything? Yes, okay. Okay. I hope that gave some sort of clarity or comfort or guidance, and sending lots of love, and I will talk to you all next week.